Looking for premium market opportunities, presenting premium and exclusive service for investors by Kalkine.
Good morning and welcome to the ASX at Breakfast. I'm Rachel, reporting from the Kalkine studios in Sydney, Australia. Now, the Australian share market is poised to open flat this morning after Wall Street closed lower in overnight trade due to a late sell-off. The global stocks gained as investors digested comments from the US Federal Reserve officials to try and determine the central bank's path of interest rate hikes. Meanwhile, investors are expected to get another look at inflation when the US Producer Price Index is released later today. According to the latest SPI futures, the ASX 200 will open just 2 points higher this morning. Yesterday, the index closed 0.15% lower at 7,146 points. Now, moving on to business news from this morning now. The Commonwealth Bank of Australia for the first quarter of financial year 2023 saw NPAT of approximately $2.5 billion. That's a 12% growth in operating performance. There was a payment of $3.6 billion in the second half of 2022 for dividends. During the September, the group completed its divestment of CommInsure General Insurance to Hollard Holdings Australia, and APRA released the remaining $500 million of operational risk capital add-on imposed following the 2018 prudential inquiry. Incitec Pivot has received a number of unsolicited approaches in relation to the potential acquisition of its ammonia manufacturing facility located in Louisiana in the US. The company intends to maintain the strategic value of long-term supply of ammonia from the Waggaman site into the DNA explosives business. They'll continue to prepare for the separation of the fertilizers business while it conducts the strategic review process for the site. The timeline for the release of the demerger booklet and shareholder approval process will be extended by 6 to 12 months. And Mincor Resources has completed its leadership transition with the company's new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Gabrielle Wanau, starting in the role. Interim Executive Chairman Brett Lambert has returned to his prior role as the company's non-executive chairman. The board welcomes Gabrielle to Mincor and looks forward to her leadership and contribution to the company's continued success as the Kambalda nickel operations ramp up towards full-scale production. Well, it's time for a break now, but stay tuned for more news set to affect your trading day.
If you're looking to keep abreast of the biggest stories from the crypto world, the fate of exchanges and crypto hedge funds during the ongoing bear market, and you're wanting to keep up to date with the best and worst performers in the altcoin space and that of flagship currencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, then Kalkine Media's Daily Crypto Catch is absolutely essential viewing for you. Tune in each afternoon right here on Kalkine Media to get the latest scoop from Anchor to Zero Coin.
And welcome back to the ASX at Breakfast Report. Over on Wall Street, the Dow Jones fell 0.63%. The S&P 500 was down 0.89% and the Nasdaq ended 1.12% lower. In Europe, the Stoxx 50 rose 0.5%, the FTSE gained 0.9% and the CAC was up 0.2%, with the DAX ending 0.6% higher. MSCI's gauge of stocks across the world gained 0.17%. Now, oil prices fell by $2 yesterday, weighed by a firmer US dollar, while surging coronavirus cases in China dashed any hopes of a swift reopening of the economy for the world's biggest crude importer. Brent crude futures were down $2.25 at $95.23 a barrel after gaining 1.1% on Friday. WTI crude futures dipped $2.25 to $88.03 after advancing 2.9% on Friday. Gold steadied yesterday as bargain hunting offset pressure from the dollar's advance following Fed signs that it was not softening its fight against inflation. Spot gold rose 0.1% to $1,772 an ounce after falling 1% earlier in the day. And in cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin last fell 1.48% to 16,506 after falling below the $16,000 mark for the first time since Thursday, as investors continue to assess the fallout from last week's collapse of crypto exchange FTX. Well, that's all for our ASX Breakfast Report this morning here at Kalkine TV. Have a great day trading. Stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.